This is the show where Jersey matters. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
What is it about the Garden State that makes it such fertile ground for high and lowbrow entertainment?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey.
It's because we're all about entertainment, of course. 808, hour number 3 of Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. In time for one of my favorite monthly features where I'm joined live in studio by the editor of New Jersey Monthly Magazine. Mr. Ken Schlager is back with us, and this is the big one. Ken, good morning. Good to see you.
Great to be here.
This is it, man. The Jersey Shore issue. It's finally here.
Yeah, yeah. You know, this is our favorite issue of the year. It's also
Sure.
It's also for the readers a favorite issue. You know, it's a great seller on the newsstands. In fact, it does so well on the newsstand that we keep it out there for 3 months. So if you look on the cover, it's subtle, but instead of saying June 2015, it says summer 2015.
Very well played.
Yes.
How about that?
So it'll be on newsstands June, July, August.
Excellent. And this is a great opportunity. You can use this as a guide. Maybe you're planning a trip down to the shore one day. Maybe you want to go to a town you've never been to before. You could just grab this magazine. You'll get the restaurants. You'll get the great places, the great beaches, and where great places to stay. It's sort of like your one-stop shop for a trip to the shore.
Right. Well, that's why we call it the Shore Guide.
Beautiful.
You're very astute.
I am.
Yeah,
Yes,
you're right. You're really right.
It took me a long time to figure that out. So, but Ken, maybe you feel the way I do. If I could be at the Jersey Shore every day during the summer, I would do it. If they sent me out every day, Bert, you're in this town this day, this town this day. I love the beach that much, and I love the Jersey Shore that much. And I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah, it's great. And you know, here's the thing for, you know, I mean, most of your readers, my readers, your listeners.
Yes.
You know that the shore is not just one thing, but for people, you know, who haven't been to the shore, the incredible thing is the diversity of the towns along the shore. You know, there are all different types of resorts. You know, there are boardwalk type resorts with lots going on, and then there are some very quiet places. And so that's one of the things that makes it great. There are towns on the shore that have, you know, virtually no businesses. They're just really residential, a lot of summer renters, and then there are places with so much going on. So, and everything. You know, it's easy to jump from one town to another, and you know, and it changes the atmosphere completely. You can be in a place like Bradley Beach or Avon, which are kind of quiet, and you go 2 towns north, and you're in Asbury Park.
And the party never stops,
jumping,
of course, right? Exactly. Talk about how much work and the process of getting this issue together. It seems like a lot goes into getting this all printed.
Yeah, well, the interesting thing and part of the challenge is that we actually do this issue a year before. So literally everything about the shore that's in this issue, and which by the way just came out this week and is on newsstands this coming Tuesday.
Okay.
Everything in this issue was actually planned and reported and photographed last summer.
Really?
Yeah.
Even the cover picture was taken.
Even the cover.
Wow.
Right.
And a great choice for the cover, by the way.
She's beautiful. Isn't
Very
she?
eye-catching, yes.
Yeah, and it's, you know, but it's colorful and it's fun. It's a great cover, and all the stories inside. We go to 5 different beach destinations inside. All of those were researched last summer. All the photography was done last summer, and you know, obviously because this June issue we produce in April. You know, last month. And you can't ask a model to go stand on the beach
no,
you know, in March.
Right.
You're not going to get much, right?
Right.
So everything is shut. So it's a lot of planning and a lot of reporting ahead of time.
Yeah, just one of my favorite issues, of course, throughout the entire year, where we're talking about our treasure and our jewels, of course, the great Jersey Shore. Which is just such a part of who we are. Based on your observations, Ken, and your reporters who you sent out to these various towns, where are we in terms of where we were pre-Superstorm Sandy? Are we 85%, 80%, 90%? Are we back? Where would you say we are?
Well, it depends who you are. I think for people who go down to the shore for the summer, for whether it's a week, a day trip, a weekend, a week, a summer rental, you know, we're really close to 100% returned. We also, well, one bit of reporting that we actually just did was we did a story which is on our website, njmonthly.com, about the rental season. You know, how we spoke to real estate agents about how the rentals are going, and they're saying that most of the rental properties are back and available, because the problem in the last couple of summers was that a lot of the properties which had been damaged were not available, so it created a more competitive rental market. But they're saying that people are renting and that the houses are renting. Most of the businesses are back. Businesses, restaurants, some restaurants and businesses that were destroyed have either come back or been replaced by other businesses. So I think we're close to 100%. Now, if you live down there,
Yeah.
And you're so many people whose homes were destroyed and everything, there's clearly issues, ongoing issues for them, and that's a shame.
Yeah, and I guess that was kind of the intention right from the get-go after the devastation, of course, by Sandy. They said, well, look, let's try to get commercially, let's get ourselves back where we need to be. We cannot go an entire summer where the Jersey Shore is just laid to waste. We're going to have to get the businesses back open. Let's do as much work as we can on the boardwalk. Once we got clear of the holidays after Sandy, it was like full speed ahead with getting that boardwalk rebuilt. I remember by Mother's Day, they were putting the final boards in Seaside and getting ready for that summer. But that became the priority. Let's at least get the dollars flowing at the Jersey Shore, and that will help with the recovery.
Right, and there's a lot of beautiful, fresh boardwalks. They look really great. One of the things that you see, there was a tremendous amount of beach replenishment, and a lot of communities built fresh dunes on the beach. And one of the things that you see, I noticed, I was down the shore last week looking at some towns, and you see these dunes that have just been freshly planted.
Yes.
With the dune grass and the like, and it's kind of there's a cuteness about it. You see these little sprouts coming out of the dunes, whereas you're used to seeing them, the way they're supposed to be. Eventually, where they look kind of, fully, maturely grown grass on the dunes. Now
Right.
you're seeing little sprouts. It's like somebody planted a lawn.
Just part of the recovery, I guess.
Part of the recovery.
Right? There you go. 732-545-9282 is our number, or 1-888-545-9282. More coming up with New Jersey Monthly Magazine editor Ken Schlager. We will dive into the Shore Guide 2015 issue, and we'll take a look at Stone Harbor. And that was a town, Ken, specifically you went to do a story for the magazine. You visited Stone Harbor.
Yeah, it was a tough choice for me.
Tough call, right? Yeah. We'll take a look at that in some detail.
The voice of Central Jersey.
8:20 back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC. We've got some fog, 57 degrees in Central Jersey. Time and temp update brought to you by Garden State Community Bank. Forecast always calls for hot savings, rates, and timely service at Garden State Community Bank. A special in-studio guest doing his best Tony Banks impression there on the Genesis music is Ken Schlager, editor of New Jersey Monthly Magazine. And you watch us on our video feed this morning, and we're going to make this entire hour available on YouTube, on our YouTube channel, a little bit later on this morning, too. But the Shore Guide 2015 issue, we're kind of going through that here this morning on Jersey Central. And Ken, you yourself getting out and visiting one of the shore towns and doing a great write-up, and Stone Harbor was your destination. Talk about your trip to Stone Harbor.
Yeah, it's good to be the editor. I
guess, right? There are some benefits to it, right?
I get to pick my own assignments. But this year, we in past years, we've always kind of had a cover story with a big story about, one beach. We've done, Belmar, and we did Cape May one year. We did a whole thing on Long Beach Island one year. This year we decided we're going to spread it around, and we went to 5 different destinations. Stone Harbor, Point Pleasant Beach, Atlantic City, LBI, and Bradley Beach. So my assignment was to go to Stone Harbor, and it was great. I'd been there before. I'd never done an extended stay there. It's just a delightful area, and the neighboring town, Avalon, they share 7 Mile Island, is equally inviting, shall we say. Stone Harbor just kind of has everything. Beautiful beach. There's no boardwalk there. It's it's a beach that's on the quieter side.
Right.
But if you're looking for that boardwalk excitement, one town to the south, you go to the Wildwoods. Very easy. Stone Harbor has a lovely little downtown. Really nice area for shopping and gifts and all this kind of stuff, and it's just very pleasant in their downtown.
Yes, so you even painted a beautiful picture when you described the sunset. To the west, the setting sun paints the sky red and gold as it slips into Delaware Bay. I mean, that's as good as it gets,
well,
right
thank
there.
You, sir.
Well done. Quite the
Thank
wordsmith,
you.
I got to say.
It's one of these narrow barrier islands, so it's about 4 blocks to walk across. So on the east side of it, you have the ocean. On the west side of it, you have the bay. So the sunsets on the west side are great, and there's a new hotel there called the Reeds, and which you write about a lot here. in this article, and they have a wonderful they call the Water Star Grill is the restaurant behind the hotels right out on the bay on this little harbor, and that's where we did this beautiful photograph of the sunset, and it's a great place to go eat, or they have a bar there, and it's a nice scene, and you can just sit at the bar and watch the sunset.
Family destination kind of town with amusement parks, or is it more a quiet getaway for a couple?
Well, definitely, definitely a great family destination, but no amusement parks, nothing like that. Again, you go to the Wildwoods, and there are your amusement parks. Or you go a couple of towns north, and you're in Ocean City, and there's amusement parks. But it's a great family destination, just because it has wonderful beach, great place to go bicycling. It's a very quiet island. There are nice bicycle lanes, so you can go bicycling. And then, on the bay, there's kayaking and canoeing and the like. There's a wonderful place called the Wetlands Institute, which is, committed to preserving the environment and exposing people to the environment. You can bring your kids to the Wetlands Institute. They have all sorts of displays, and you can go out on guided kayak tours through the wetlands. There's a great thing to do with the kids. Um, and even the restaurant scene, there are some really fine high-end restaurant experiences you can have,
Mm-hmm.
but there's also tons of really family friendly kind of places. So it just seems to work for everybody. So the Reeds is kind of the new, very chic, high-end, frankly rather pricey place to stay.
Okay.
But there's about 10 or 12 other choices on the island between Avalon and Stone Harbor. Really nice places to stay. Some nice older motels, which they've done a great job. Every one of the motels I visited, and I visited a bunch of them, had been completely renovated over the last 2 or 3 years. They really do a nice job maintaining things there. There's two wonderful larger hotels that are right on the ocean, which is kind of a rare thing at the Jersey Shore to find hotels that are right on the ocean. But
It is, yeah.
Yeah, there's a place called Windrift, and there's a neighbor, Golden Inn, and they're both actually in Avalon, just across. There's a little kind of borderline at 80th between between Avalon and Stone Harbor, and those are right there, and they're right on the ocean, and they're really nice places to stay. You have nice restaurants there, and if you're not staying there, it's a good thing to know about. If you go down on a day trip to the Stone Harbor Avalon area, you park near there, go out on the beach, and you can walk right off the beach.
Nice.
And they have beachfront restaurants there. Windrift has these really nice second and third floor restaurants where you get these beautiful views. Go up there, totally casual. You go up there in bathing suit and flip flops.
It's great.
Beautiful views of the ocean. The Golden Inn has a little tiki bar that you walk right in off the sand, and you're still on the sand there, and you can get lunch there and drinks, whatever. So it just is very pleasant. Again, no boardwalk, so none of the kind of honky tonk kind of excitement.
Right.
But it's
Right.
a lovely beach and really a great place to
Hey,
go.
it's Cape May County. You're going to drive that far. You might as well stay at a
Right.
nice place, right?
Right.
You
And
might as well.
wonderful, fun place to eat. You asked me before my favorite place down. There's a place called Quahog's.
Oh, nice.
It's a seafood shack.
Okay.
That was so great. And from the outside, it really just looks like a shack, but you go inside and it's wonderful. It opens up. It's a big place, and the food there was really great. I really highly recommend it. Quahog's.
Very
They have
nice.
something called fish ribs, which
Fish ribs.
I've never eaten before. It's great.
Are the bones like real, like
Big,
fish bones?
big, thick bones,
Wow.
and it's like eating ribs. It's like in a rib sauce.
I'm
and
Intrigued now.
it was great. And we were actually, waiting to go in. My wife and I were waiting to go in. We were sitting, waiting for our table, and everybody in the place, I can't wait to get my fish ribs. People just come back year after year for fish ribs.
Very cool. All right. Jersey Central traffic and weather time, 8:26. Traffic.
Jersey Central with Burt Barron on the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Burt Barron, 732-545-9282. Or toll free at 888-545-9282.
8:37, back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey, our New Jersey monthly segment happening now. Magazine editor Ken Schlager with us live in studio when we're going through the Shore Guide 2015 issue, talking about some great destinations and everything that's happening at the Jersey Shore. Our first two segments of this hour uploaded on our YouTube channel. You can take a look at those. And Ken is showing our digital audience now, our webcam audience, not only the cover. Very nice choice
Right.
for a cover there.
So the people on the radio can't see this?
If they're on the website, they can.
Oh, okay, good.
But there you go. But also, we wanted to remind people, Ken, and you guys, I think it was last year that you launched the Jersey Shore Beach Guide app, the app for the smartphones.
Yeah, the app is great because, well, it's just really essential if you're down the shore. It's a free download.
You talk about it, I'll show it.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
How's that?
That's a print version of the But wherever you are on the shore, it's location aware. So if you're in, let's say, Belmar, and you want to find a restaurant in Belmar, you go on the restaurant guide part of the app, and it'll give you information on the restaurants that are closest to you, right in Belmar and in the surrounding towns.
That's cool.
And anywhere you go on the shore, the app will follow you and give you the information on that town. Events, restaurants, restaurant reviews, and for each beach town, we have a separate page on the app that tells you, well, it tells you what exit, it tells you about beach fees, it tells you about parking fees, and gives you some of the highlights and top events going on in that town. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah, it's really great and it's free, so why not?
Why not?
And
it's,
all the same, yeah, Android and
Apple
what's
too.
that thing called? Apple. That's
Apple,
it.
right.
iPhones. And
right.
and all of that same information, by the way, is also in our beach directory on our website, njmonthly.com. All the articles from the magazine will be posted over the course of June on our website. So tons of information.
Good stuff.
Yep.
And you search NJ Monthly in the App Store. Is that where you find the app?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
You look, NJ Monthly or Shore Guide.
Excellent.
You can find it. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's talk briefly, Ken, about the other towns, the great destinations that were covered. Of course, your visit to Stone Harbor. Some of the other towns that are covered in the current issue.
Yeah, we went for kind of a diversity of towns. So we did a whole thing on Point Pleasant. It was a wonderful story about all the things you can do in Point Pleasant, including the aquarium, the Jenkinson's Aquarium. We got a great story on Morning at the Aquarium, what it's like kind of backstage at the aquarium before people start showing up. And
that's nice.
And it's a lot of fun. Great aquarium. We have a story in Atlantic City, which Atlantic City's taken its knocks over the past year with casinos closing and everything. But the good news, there's a lot of good news out of Atlantic City. The 8 remaining casinos, they're actually starting to thrive because the competition has been thinned out somewhat. And it's still a great place for entertainment. Nice beach, great boardwalk, all that kind of stuff. And there's some new stuff going on there as well in Atlantic City.
I've never seen this life-size Monopoly board before. What am I missing?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I gotta find this.
Yeah. Our photographer discovered that.
That's awesome.
And,
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
I got to look for that
it's
next
a cool
time I'm in
picture.
town. I'll be in
And
town next month, so I'll look
Oh, that's
for it.
okay. Yeah, and well, the other thing to look for in Atlantic City is there's going to be a Bass Pro Shop there.
Oh, that's right.
Which I haven't seen yet, but apparently it's like totally over the top.
Okay.
If you're into any kind of outdoorsy stuff, and
Yes.
apparently they have. It's apparently just visiting the store is an experience.
As soon as you come off the AC Expressway, it's right there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
LBI, we have a whole thing about LBI and all the great places to go on LBI, where to stay, where to eat, and Bradley Beach, which is kind of the smaller beach that we chose. But we talk a lot in the Bradley Beach piece about the Lobster Fest, which is coming up in June, last weekend of June, when the little town of LBI Bradley Beach rather becomes the big town.
Yes.
Bradley
everybody
Beach.
converges on that town, right?
For seafood.
I like LBI. Maybe my favorite shore restaurant is located on LBI, but something about the access, Ken. We need more bridges. I know we talk about infrastructure. We need more bridges that connect the mainland to Long Beach
to
Island.
LBI?
Yeah, we need more.
No. I mean, I think
no.
No. That's the magic of it. There's only one way in and one way out. Unless you have a boat.
Right.
And and when you cross over that causeway.
Yes. And I got to
yeah.
drive all the way down and then drive all the way back up.
Sorry.
But I like LBI. I really do.
Yeah,
great,
sure.
Great vacation getaway.
You cross over that causeway and you really feel like you've gotten away.
It's true.
Yeah.
You really do.
Yeah,
and
yes.
the picture that you have in the Point Pleasant section of the Coors, the ice cream stand.
Yeah.
I was right at this very one last summer, and they had a s'mores ice cream cone there. It was awesome.
Oh, great.
S'mores ice cream at Coors.
But you're not in the
I wasn't in the picture. I was looking for the back of my head online here.
Right,
I wasn't seeing it.
right.
So
great photographs in this issue too.
Really good. Really kind of capture it. Yeah.
All original, all shot for us last summer. Great stuff.
Yeah. Any particular destination that you choose, Ken? I mean, you had a chance to spend some time in Stone Harbor when it's like When you have a day, you say, well, I have nothing to do today. I'm going to go to the shore. Where does Ken Schlager go?
Well, Stone Harbor's a little far for
for
a day trip
right? Yeah.
for me, living in Montclair,
Sure.
as I do.
Mm-hmm.
Again, depends what you're in the mood for.
Okay.
I was just down in Asbury Park for lunch with some people, and Asbury Park has just become. If you haven't been to Asbury Park in recent years, it's great. I mean, the boardwalk is fun, and the downtown area there is really booming. With shops and restaurants, all sorts of places
It
like
really
that.
is.
Um, I like Belmar. I like the beach at Belmar. There's a lot of fun things to do there. I don't know. They're all great. I mean, uh, Pier Village, is another completely different type of place. It's almost like going to the mall at the
Yes.
beach.
Yes. I like that.
And
yeah.
and in a good way. So yeah, I mean it's hard to choose. It's like asking somebody to choose who their favorite
Like you
son or
said, I guess
daughter
it
is.
depends what you're looking for.
Yeah, it
right?
depends what you're
Yeah.
looking for.
You want
Yeah.
rides? You want boardwalk
Yeah.
rides? You got to
Right.
go to a town. It's got the amusement parks
Right.
and whatnot. So
Right.
maybe
Right.
just looking for a nice quiet walk on a beach, you would go somewhere else. So
Right.
the Jersey Shore really does offer everything.
Yep.
So
Yep. And all sorts of events. We have a whole spread on the top events at the shore. And a lot of stuff coming up in June. If you want me to run through some of those,
yeah,
the
sure. It's going to
Lighthouse
be a busy month. Sure.
Lighthouse International Film Festival on LBI is June 4th to 7th. Atlantic City has a beer festival June 13th. The Marbles Tournament
I always wanted to go to
in
that.
Wildwood, yeah, June 22nd to 25th, right.
Right.
Point Pleasant has a Jazz and Blues Festival June 20th. I'm just naming the June ones now. Belmar Seafood Festival,
Yeah.
Another great one, June 12th to 14th. There's another seafood festival, the Bayman Seafood Festival in Tuckerton Seaport, which is a very cool place. I'm sure
Yeah,
you've
that's
been
nice.
there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's June 20th to 21st. And the Bradley Beach Lobster Fest, which I mentioned, is June 27th to 28th. And that's just in June, when the summer is just barely getting started. So there's great events all summer, and we list some of the highlights here. We call them the top 20 shore events, but complete access to all the events are listed, again, on the app.
Yeah.
You can find them in the event section of the app. You can go on our website, njmonthly.com, as complete listings of all the shore events.
Yes, the recently relaunched njmonthly.com, which looks really
Right.
good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, good stuff.
Worked hard on that.
All right, we'll come back and we'll wrap up our New Jersey Monthly with Ken Schlager coming up. Jersey Central Traffic.
32545-9282 or toll free at 888-545-9282. Your state, your home, your voice. Jersey Central with Bert Barron.
That's a lovely accent you have. New Jersey?
On the new Talk Radio 1450 WCTC.
8:50, back for one final segment on our New Jersey Monthly with magazine editor Ken Schlager. Of course, it is the big Shore Guide 2015 issue. And one need-to-know thing for you, which kind of plays in well with traveling to the Jersey Shore. If you're planning on doing some traveling on Memorial Day, well, a ton of people have the same idea. Over 37 million Americans plan to travel 50 miles or more away from home this Memorial Day weekend. That is up nearly 5% from last year. There'll be more Memorial Day travelers this year than any time in the past 10 years, and I'll probably be behind every driver on the Parkway, Ken, probably, if I'm headed down to the shore.
Right. Well, at least
I'll be stuck behind all of them.
Just stay in New Jersey.
That's what I'll do.
Right.
Yes, I'm not going anywhere. Trust me. Jersey's got everything I need. Just a couple minutes left to go, and another interesting article that's in the magazine this month around nothing to do with the shore. This author Judy Blume.
Right, Judy Blume is, really a literary giant, one of the most popular, most successful authors ever to come out of New Jersey. She's sold 85 million books in her career.
Wow.
She's 77 years old. She lives in Key West now, but she grew up in Elizabeth. She's still active writing. And her newest book, which will be out June 2nd, is called In the Unlikely Event. And what this book does, it recreates kind of a fictionalization of something that happened, or a series of events that happened in her childhood. She was 14 years old, living in Elizabeth. This goes back to 1951. Between December 16th, 1951, and February 11th, 1952, there were 3 plane crashes in Elizabeth within a few blocks of each other.
Wow.
A really crazy aberration. Hasn't been a plane crash in Elizabeth since. They're all related to Newark Airport. 2 of the planes had just taken off from Newark. One of them was coming in from Buffalo and landing. And they crashed. So, and 119 people were killed between the 3 crashes. They were all, passenger planes. Newark Airport, after the crashes, was closed for 9 months, trying to figure out what to, working on safety issues.
Wow.
So this left a kind of an indelible image with Judy Blume. She was kind of sheltered from it for as a kid. You know, one of the crashes was right near her home, but her parents tended to keep her away from the crash sites, and that was probably true of all the kids. But still, all the kids in the town were buzzing with, conspiracy theories, and some thought the commies were responsible, and all sorts, all sorts of stuff. So she went back and she recreated these events of 63 years ago in this new book, in the unlikely event, kind of a bizarre series of circumstances, and it really sounds quite fascinating. There's a lot of strange little stories within the story. The pilot of the second plane that crashed, the one coming in from Buffalo, actually lived in Elizabeth.
Wow.
And lived just a few blocks away from where his plane crashed. So it should be a really fascinating book. Judy Blume is going to be all over the place, including in New Jersey, hawking the book. So people will be seeing a lot about her. But it's a wonderful, wonderful story, interview that we have by Brianne McCarthy of our staff with Judy, talking about her whole process of how she kind of dredged up these memories of this happening 63 years ago when she was 14 years old, and how she kind of recreated, fictionalized this whole series of crazy circumstances. Can you imagine that?
I can't.
Three
No.
plane crashes within a 2-month period of time, and the same. And think of Elizabeth. Think of how densely packed it is. There's 119 people killed, including some on the ground.
Wow.
Obviously.
Now, was it known as Newark Metropolitan Airport, or is that a fictionalized name for the book?
I believe that's what the airport was
used to be called
at that time. Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't alive then either.
All right.
So
Well, this was in the early 1950s.
To read the signs, yeah.
Probably reported on WCTC when it happened, probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That is the June issue there, the Shore Guide, and we're ready for July already. Ken, what's coming up for the July issue?
July, we have a whole big blowout on barbecue.
Nice.
Where to eat barbecue, all the different types of barbecue you can get in New Jersey, and what to drink with it, beer and wine pairings, all sorts of stuff. Our dining editor Eric Levin is hard at work.
Yes.
Probably not right this moment.
Maybe not right now, but
in a couple of minutes he'll be in the office and getting that together, and a lot of other interesting stories, plus our Jersey Choice top dentists.
Very good.
In July.
You gotta have a good smile, right? Gotta have a good looking.
Gotta have a good smile and get the barbecue sauce in your teeth.
Of course. Well, we're gonna grab the sunblock, and we're gonna be heading to the Jersey Shore this summer. And your Shore Guide, and of course the app is you must have accessories for any trip to the shore. So, good stuff, my friend.
Hey, great talking to you.
Next month we'll do this again.
Absolutely.
All right, look forward to it. All right, Jersey Central traffic and weather time, 8:55.